everybody, and welcome to Yachting International Radio. You're with Julie Grove from the Crew Coach on the Wellness Project. And we're so grateful today to have Ekaterina Taraskina, who is joining us to share the impact that the Advanced Leadership course has had on her personally, and more specifically, how it has altered the way that she manages and thinks about her mental health. Yachting can be extremely taxing. I think for many of us who are in the industry and just starting out, we all feel this because we're interacting with so many people and personalities on a continuous basis, living in close quarters, but also we have these high standards that the industry demands and that we impose on ourselves because we're part of teams and we want to excel and contribute. Most of us buy in and feel this way. And this can lead to a lot of stress and sometimes burnout. So it's really crucial to get a handle of this. And this is one of the important things that we do break down and discuss in the leadership course. But before we get into it, Ekaterina, I'm going to hand over to you to introduce yourself. I'm sure those listening would love to know a bit more about you. So maybe we can begin by, if you could let us know how long you've been in yachting, what size boat you're on, and what is your current position on board?
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Ekaterina. It's been 7 years. I'm in the yachting industry, currently in the position of Chief Stew on board 50-meter yacht. I got my first Chief Stew position back when I was 25, which is 4 years ago, after 3 seasons. And I always thought it was pretty good. And I guess this is the moment when I realized that supervising someone and lead a team can be really tough and challenging. I have been always interested in psychology and leadership in general, looking for different articles, books, and courses connected with that topics. However, I guess it just wasn't the right time. I believe I needed to fill in the blank of my own experience and see if there were any genuine skills and attributes of a leader, because I truly believe that you have to have certain inborn traits to help you through that adventure, through your life experience as a leader. But at the same moment, they can be enhanced with the help of wide range of resources, which you usually refer to when having unresolved situations or you feel like you reach the dead end or you lack any knowledge.
Absolutely. And Ekaterina, I think a lot of people, a lot of crew that do this course are very much like you in a leadership role. They want to get skills and learn how to manage specifically difficult situations and maybe the way that they're feeling about certain situations better. And a big part of the course is self-leadership, learning about yourself, but then also gaining those skills to have those conversations, like what's the best way to approach that, and also like how to handle feedback and conflict. And all of these things, you're not really taught them in any other, unless you choose and elect to do this kind of training. So it's so wonderful that you seeked out this training, because I think to become effective and as a leader, a lot of the traits and skills, as you say, you have to seek out and learn them and and practice them and put them into practice. And that's the leadership course obviously gives you all this training and allows you the space and time to implement all of this. So it's essentially a behavioral change course. And I think you mentioned when we were chatting previously, how much the course had impacted you in a personal way. Can you speak to that experience and how this 8 to 12 weeks of coaching and the processes that you have gone through, how that has impacted you on board and in life in general?
I'd probably mention a bit of why I decided to do the course.
Perfect. Thank you.
It happened after stepping up and taking on another challenge, joining this boat and having successful and pretty smooth season. Despite getting very rewarding and great feedback from the guests, I still felt like I could do better, even though I was very proud of my team and myself. And it wasn't about providing a better service or making more impressive table settings. It was more about being not good enough as a leader for my team, lacking some empathy and compassion in times, not reading them well enough, and not feeling level of the spirits within the team, and finally looking for the faults in myself and ways to become a better version of myself. And also finding this right balance between being a professional and still a supportive and empathetic leader for the team, for them to always feel safe to address me and come up with their problems. And I think I was also led by a very strong desire to create the environment where people can thrive in and where leaders support growth of the others, discovering their strengths and areas for them to improve, and guides them to that adventure. So with a bit of encouragement from captain, but more, I think, like a judgment, but also an encouragement. And then a clear advice from one of my friends. I decided to go ahead. And here I am 6 weeks later, feeling slightly, I think, overwhelmed, but extremely grateful, fulfilled, and happy. And I guess determined to set an example for my current and past colleagues. And I think determined to be a role model for some people, if I'm lucky enough one day. But speaking about the way it actually affected me, I believe the course helped me to look at myself from a side, and especially some past situations and actions one more time, but this time having tools in hand that could fix those situations if we could only turn back the clock. And although it's not possible, it gives you a chance to vividly imagine that situation one more time, see what could have been done. And it was also important for me to create my leadership vision and define the leadership style, and get a clear picture of the leader I want to become. So I think this is what also was a big advantage of taking this course.
Fantastic. I can hear that you've got so much clarity on what kind of a leader you want to be, and you've got more of a vision and more confidence in making that become a reality in terms of having the skills and learning how to use the tools that you've been given. But I also hear that a big part of that has been mentorship from those around you and getting feedback from other crew. And I think, what's so beautiful about the course as well is it allows you to reframe situations and feedback to use it as a tool for growth. And I can certainly see that's something that you have done and taken on so incredibly well. And Ekaterina, I understand, obviously one of the topics you mentioned that would stand out for you during the course was how to manage your mental health, and where we touch on, so in the course we touch on stress, burnout, and energy management. So what, if you don't mind sharing, what did you take away from this? And what are you going to implement in your own capacity going forward?
I think having my own, in this case, I think it's fair to call it negative experience with mental health in the past. I think I could speak about it for hours. But first of all, I think it was very important for me to see that there is someone out there giving this enough attention, and someone willing to bring it to attention of the others, and also encourage everyone to support each other. And I think it was unexpected, and I'm very happy to see that someone is doing the research, spreading the word about it, because issues like this, they usually stay unresolved and hidden. And I think a part of it is that boats and, let's say, management, they might feel a bit afraid, and I would say maybe ashamed to bring it up, to acknowledge that their system is not perfect and there is something happening that makes it impossible to keep the crew emotionally healthy. And I think it's very difficult for individuals as well as big companies and the management to acknowledge those things. And especially when it comes to individuals, that's where I think I could speak from my own experience. And in my case, it wasn't exactly job related and wasn't only a personal reason, but I still was working on the boat at that moment. And being through that, I can surely say that it's extremely difficult to keep up with demanding environment and rules while being in this lowest spirits and having no inner peace and harmony within yourself. So I will probably repeat myself, but working in such a demanding industry, being always there as a face of your department and representing the boat, we might sometimes feel like we're not allowed and we cannot afford to show our real emotions. And it might be challenging at times, and it can lead to a very unhealthy, confusing mental and emotional state. So I think it's crucial to prevent such situations and take care of yourself. You need your mental health on a daily basis and your happiness as a part of it. And happiness, I think, is a topic it's a very philosophical topic, so everyone could discuss it for hours. But what I want to say, I think, is that I recommend everyone personally find those key aspects that make you happy on a daily basis. No matter what your surroundings are, no matter what happens, but it keeps you happy and it doesn't depend on anything else. And to make sure that you're always in a resource and you have something to give.
Beautiful, Ekaterina. That's such a great advice for everybody listening. What are some of the things that you do that kind of maintain your mental health? Are there any activities or personal techniques that you use?
Speaking about happiness, I think I'm not sure I nailed it yet. But
work in progress.
Speaking about, yeah, always there is a room for improvement. But speaking about happiness, I think it happened a few years ago when I had a season on a very busy private boat, and we spent months on, and we didn't even step ashore, which just very, it's mentally confusing. You feel like you're in prison. You're free, but you're not. And it's quite challenging to keep yourself mentally okay and still find these small moments of happiness to make your day. Because for everyone, happiness is something different, something special. For someone, it's just to go for a walk in the morning or have a jog in the morning or have a nice food to go out, anything. But I think I realized that for me, it all became just 3 simple needs that didn't depend on any circumstances, which were to always take care of my health. It includes everything: healthy food, enough sleep, and to always be active. Well, I think this we don't lack at all. Working on the boats, we're always running and learn something new every day, which is also something very easy to achieve. We always face situations we never had before. And this is when you get new knowledge. And it's been working for a while. It doesn't mean it will work for everyone, but that was my key to success, I guess. And in this case, it doesn't matter if I join another boat, but my happiness is still great.
Wonderful, Ekaterina. I think that's such a wonderful place to end. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been so wonderful to hear your perspective and your experience, and also to see how much you have grown in this short space of time, and how much directions and certainty and confidence that has grown within you. So thank you so much. It's been so wonderful spending time with you, and I wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you very much. Thanks.